What's going on, YouTube? Happy Monday. I'm here again. I've been off for a couple of days. I've been in Vegas. Now I'm at my cousin's house here in Arizona. We have the pool here, but it's actually too cold to jump in that. In South Dakota, it was 91 degrees yesterday. Today is in the high 70s. I would never have thought that I would came to Arizona to a point where I can't jump in that pool, but that's besides the point. What we're going to talk about today is business, but the negative side of business. I always talk about the positive side, but there is a negative side. I don't want to paint the wrong picture here. And what do I mean by the negative side? Business isn't always good, but you want to have more progress and more success stories than actually failures, because failure isn't bad too. Failure and success in business goes hand in hand. The failure is when the learning process takes place, and success, of course, is when you've learned from those mistakes and you've implemented the right things. So what I'm trying to say is, like, give you an example. I had something going on this past weekend, some business, and it wasn't as great as it was the following, last year. But I don't let things like that get me down, because I understand. I've been in business long enough to understand that business is like a curve. This is probably why I don't overreact when I see things like the economy going down, the stock market going down, and things like that, because I understand business. If business was all about the incline, we would have more people in business versus people who are not in business. That's why a lot of people right now are on the fence about actually even opening a business, because they're afraid of the failure. They're afraid of what if this happens, or what if that happens. Well, you know what? Business is just like this. It's like a roller coaster, right? You can't prevent that. That's just the nature of it. Sometimes people are going to participate and buy a certain thing, sometimes not. Sometimes the product is great at that time, sometimes a new product is even better. You never know. But you always have to do research, and you always have to be patient when it comes to business. And that's with anything outside of the job realm. You have to be patient and charge through it. I mean, I just want to touch on that particular point, whatever. I mean, I can't stress it even more. I mean, life is full of up and downs. If life was just like a rocket ship in Sky 4, everybody would be happy and, joyous and things like that. So in the hard times of life, sometimes there's, in those hard times, say, hey, look, I want to do business. I want to, if I fail, don't be afraid. Just jump in, do it, learn. But here's the thing: you always should be learning as you're going through business. You can't stop that. But don't be afraid to at least start. This is going to be a short message. Today I just wanted to let you guys know I'm still alive. A lot of people are asking, like, what happened? Usually you're doing a video every day. But sometimes when I'm on the road, it gets a little difficult to do a video every day. But I just want to leave the message with you guys that business is a great thing. You gotta try it. I mean, it'll put hair in your chest if you're a man, or if you're a woman. I mean, I don't know what it'll do to you, but it'll definitely make you more mature when it comes to business, And I didn't lose my shorts or anything like that. It was just down, But another client or another part of business that I may come in contact with could be much more better. So that's the thing. That's the nature of business. It's up and down. Life is up and down. Stock market's up and down. Even your own company is up and down, but the boss doesn't have the discussion with you. That's happened behind closed doors. But you still get your paycheck. You still get paid on time and things like that. But I guarantee your own company is going through that. So if any of you guys have anything to chime in on this, you've experienced some failure. Maybe you stopped when you received your failure. And maybe you probably thought now, like, hey, man, maybe I shouldn't have just stopped at that moment. Maybe I should have just kept going. Or maybe, you're constantly experiencing a down, a spiral down, and you don't know how to get out of that. Let me hear you guys chime in on this. And also, if you guys are afraid to start the business because of failure, we can also talk about that. So, thank you guys for watching the channel. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.